What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Sports Degenerate Podcast. Today we got a betting preview for Week 8, Thursday Night Football, Vikings versus Rams. This is finally a good Thursday night game. Almost all of the Thursday night games have been against terrible teams this year, but tonight I think this is a pretty good game. So, like always, we're going to start off with the game bets, then hop into the player props. Let's hop into it. So the NBA season is finally back. So I parlayed this Vikings Rams game with a couple of games from tonight's NBA slate. I also have a full NBA betting preview on my page as well. So go check that out if you are interested in the NBA. But let's start off with a 3-team money line parlay plus 272 odds. So if you put down 100, you're getting over $200 in profit. So first part of it is the Celtics to beat the Wizards. Next is the Thunder to beat the Nuggets. And then the Vikings to beat the Rams. Let's start with the Celtics to beat the Wizards. So the Celtics are probably the best team in the NBA right now. And they are over 10-point favorites in this game. It should be an easy win. The Thunder are actually slight underdogs against the Nuggets. But last year, the Thunder played the Nuggets 4 times. And they won 3 of those games. And honestly, this Nuggets team got worse while the Thunder got better. As the years go by, the Nuggets continue to lose players from their championship roster, while the Thunder have this same young core that they have, and they continue to get better. So I kind of like the Thunder to upset the Nuggets. It's not a huge upset. They're not like super big underdogs, but it's still plus money. And then lastly, finally, tonight's NFL game. I honestly think the Vikings should be more than 3-point favorites in this game. The Vikings are 5-1 and have looked great, while the Rams only have 2 wins and haven't really looked that good. The one thing the Rams do have in their favor here is that Cooper Kupp is back, and that makes a huge difference offensively for them. Whenever Cooper Kupp is in the lineup, they perform better. But I still don't think that makes a huge difference in the outcome of the game. The Rams defense still isn't good. I expect the Vikings to score at ease. And the main thing is the Rams O-line has been so bad. They haven't given Stafford any time this year. And this Vikings pass rush is one of the best in the NFL. So I think the Vikings win this pretty easily, honestly. So that is 3-team moneyline parlay plus 272 odds. The only other thing we have is a 2-team teaser. It's going to be minus 130 odds. So you have to put down 130 to win 100. But we have the Celtics minus 7.5 against the Wizards. And then the Vikings plus 4 against the Rams. So with the Celtics, we just need the Celtics to win by 8 or more. The Celtics beat the Knicks by over 20 points in their first game. And the Wizards are way worse than the Knicks. All we need is to win by 8. And then Vikings plus 4, we get the Vikings as an underdog here. And they can lose by a field goal. That is a great bet. So those are the 2 game bets I have involving this Thursday night game. Let's get into the player props. I use the Underdog Fantasy app for all of my player props and player parlays. If you are a first-time user, go ahead and download the app and use my code CE2244, letter C, letter E, 2244, for a deposit match up to $1,000. So whatever money you put in, Underdog gives you back in free bets. Let's get into the player props. All right, so let's hop into the lines that I like for this game. Let's start with quarterbacks. I actually have quite a few Matt Stafford lines that I like. I think this is a Stafford game for the Rams. We're going to take them over 34 pass attempts. The Vikings allow over 40 pass attempts per game. The main reason why is because the Vikings put up points, and I expect the Vikings to put up points here. I expect Stafford to have to pass to try to stay in this game. And with Cooper Kupp back, I think they throw a little bit more than they have been. In line with that, I'm taking Stafford over the yards at 238.5. The Vikings allow over 280 pass attempts per game. And like I said, I think Stafford throws here. We're going to take Stafford over 1.5 touchdowns. So he has not gone over this line all year. The main reason why is because his receivers have been hurt, and Kyren has been scoring every touchdown for the Rams. But with Cooper Kupp back, I think Stafford throws a couple touchdowns. I think this is a Stafford game. Last one, we're going to go Stafford to throw an interception. So he's thrown at least one pick in 4 of 6 games, and the Vikings have the most interceptions in the NFL right now. And maybe Stafford is chasing points. He has to force some throws. I like the bet to have him throw at least one pick. I only have 2 Darnold props here, only 2 for Darnold. I'm going to take him under 31.5 pass attempts. So he has actually gone under this in every single game. I was surprised to see that. The Vikings actually don't pass a lot. They are just very efficient when they do pass. And the Rams only allow 29 pass attempts per game. Next, we're going to take Darnold to throw 2 touchdowns. He has gone over this in 4 of 6 games. And he has tons of weapons to throw to. And the Rams secondary is terrible. So Darnold over 1.5 touchdown passes. Those are the quarterback props. Let's hop into running backs. Let's start with Aaron Jones here. We're going to take Aaron Jones over 15.5 carries. The Rams allow over 20 carries per game. And Jones has looked good all year. I think the Vikings continue to feed him. We're going to take Jones over 69.5 rushing yards. He has gone over this in 4 of 6 games. And in those 4 games, he's gone over 90 yards. So he has smashed this line when he's gone over. And the Rams allow over 120 rushing yards per game. Lastly, we're going to take Aaron Jones to score a rushing or receiving touchdown. He has scored in 3 of 6 games, and the Rams allow over 1 touchdown per game to running backs. So good bet for him to score tonight. Let's go to Kyren. So we're actually going to take a lot of unders on Kyren. It's a little risky because Kyren has been the Rams' whole offense. But I'm going to take Kyren under 18 carries. He has gone over this in 4 of 6 games, so it's risky to take under. But the Vikings defense has been good. They only allow 16 carries per game. I think this is a Stafford game for the Rams. We're also going to take Kyren to not score a touchdown. He has scored in every single game this year, so it's risky. But the Vikings have only allowed 4 running back touchdowns in 6 games. I think this is the night where Kyren stops his scoring streak. We are going to take one over on Kyren, though. We're going to go over 14.5 receiving yards. He has gone over this in 3 of 6 games. The Vikings allow over 35 receiving yards per game to running backs. And I expect some dump-offs from Stafford because the Vikings pass rush is going to be all over him. So those are the running back props. Let's hop into wide receivers. I have a lot of Cooper Kupp lines. I think Kupp has a big game here. We're going to take Kupp over 10.5 targets. So he's only played 1 full game. It was game 1 of the season. He had 21 targets in that game. All we need is 11. Next, we're going to take Kupp over 69.5 receiving yards. This is way too low of a line for Kupp. The Vikings are allowing over 200 receiving yards per game to wide receivers. I think Kupp goes for 100 this game. I think Stafford peppers him with targets. And then we're going to go Kupp to score a touchdown. Like I said, when Kupp is healthy, Stafford looks for him in the red zone. I think Kupp scores at least 1 touchdown here. We are also going to go with one other Rams receiver. We're going to go Tutu Atwell over 39.5 yards. So I think Atwell is going to be the number 2 receiver in the lineup behind Kupp. The reason I say that is because Atwell gives this Rams offense a speed aspect to the game. So I think they continue to use him. And Atwell has had what has he had? He's had 4 straight games. 4 straight games over 50 yards. So all we need is 40. I like that line. And then we're going to end with Justin Jefferson. We have 2 props for him. There's no trends that really back this up. This is just more of a feel thing. Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the league. I'm going to continue to tail him. I'm going to take him over 84.5 yards. He has gone over this in 3 of 6 games. And we're going to take Jefferson to score a touchdown. He has scored in 5 of 6 games. So it's a good bet for him to score again. So those are the wide receiver props. We have 1 tight end prop. I'm going to tail TJ Hawkinson tonight. We don't know if he's going to play for sure. He's questionable to play. But if he plays tonight, I think they try to get him the ball and get his confidence back in his first game back from injury. Plus, the Rams allow over 65 yards per game to tight ends. Last line we have. We're going to take a kicker prop here. The Vikings kicker, Will Reichard, over 7.5 kicking points. So, like I said, I expect the Vikings to score a lot, which benefits the kicker. Vikings kicker Will Reichard over 7.5 kicking points. So those are all of the lines that I like for tonight's game. I will give you one boosted parlay. One boosted parlay here. These are going to be boosted lines. So if you go on the Underdog Fantasy app and you click on a player's projection, you can raise the line up and get a bigger payout. Obviously, less likely to hit, but bigger payout. So I have a 4-player parlay that is a 40 times multiplier. So you get 40 times your money. We're going to go Kupp over 99 yards. Like I said, I think this is a Kupp game. They are going to try to feed Kupp tonight. Kupp to have 100 receiving yards tonight. I'm calling it. Next, we're going to go Atwell over 49 yards. Like I said, he's had 4 straight games over 50 yards. We're going to take Stafford to throw 2 touchdowns. I already explained why I like this. And then we're going to take Aaron Jones over 89 yards. Like I said, he's had over 90 yards in 4 of 6 games. I think tonight is another one. We're going to make it 5 of 7. So that is a 4-player boosted parlay. So with all the other lines that I gave you, the ones I talked about, do whatever you want with them. Parlay them however you want. I don't like to tell you guys how to bet because it's your money. You pick the good lines that you guys like the best. If you have any questions, feel free. Comment on the podcast, comment on YouTube, DM me on social media, whatever you guys want. But yeah, guys, that is the betting preview for Week 8 Thursday Night Football. Like I said, I have a NBA betting preview for tonight's NBA slate as well. Let's keep making money, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I love all of you.